What's up, everybody? I am Allie Love. Welcome to the Basics of Bossing Up, where we discuss basic principles in order to create the lives we want. So here's the deal. I want to talk about being bold. That's it. Being bold. A lot of us are pressured, sometimes scared, nervous about asking for what we deserve, what we think we're worth, or standing up for what's right. And the reason I want to talk about being bold, let me just give you some context before I go into it, is because there have been many times in 2019, and I know the year's not even over, where I have been so nervous and so scared to raise my hand, be seen, and stand up and say, hey, this isn't right, or that's not fair, or this is not how it should be, or I'm worth more. And it's not always easy to talk about to stay on the right side of right. It's not always easy, nor is it always the most popular decision or the most popular thing to do. But what I can say is that being bold really does fulfill you and your life. Now, if being bold to you means putting on a lip, getting dressed up, just being you, then that's what it means. And I truly, truly agree that that's what it means. However, I want to kind of scale this in a different direction in terms of what do I mean by being bold? I don't not only want you to be who you are in the way you dress, the way you speak, and the way, you present yourself, but I want you to be bold in the things that matter even beyond yourself, even beyond the I. And by using I, and there's so much power in using your voice and using you and using the I to change the world, I want you to think of it in that context. Let me flesh this out a little bit. What I mean is, I want you to be the person at work that stands up if things aren't right. And I'm not telling you to cause a ruckus or scream. Being bold is not to be conflated with being loud, being aggressive, being bullish, or being bully. It's not to be conflated with any of those things. Being bold is, yes, raising your hand and stating the truth about a situation, being just, being fair, being honest. And sometimes, and if not most times or all of the times, boldness takes you being thoughtful. It takes you, and I talk about being thoughtful actually quite a bit. It takes you being so thoughtful that you set time aside just to think about the things that are wrong or the things that are unfair. I think it happens in a relationship when someone's treating you poorly. Think about the conversation you're going to have. Think about what that person might say in response. How are you going to navigate that conversation? Are you going to do your research in being bold in terms of, hey, I'm going to stand up and say this is wrong, or this is right, or this is unfair, and here's how. Here are examples. Here's some historic examples. Here's some fundamental examples. Here's some things that are not going right, and here's how I not can only prove it, but can allow you an opportunity, or afford the person or people an opportunity to understand. So in the best efforts of encouraging all of you to get out there and be bold, boldness is not to be conflated or confused with being greedy, with being unfair, being self-centered, being self-serving, being greedy. I said greedy twice because it kind of can bring on that connotation. And it also is not to be conflated with the fact that if you use the I, it's not to just represent you, it's to represent all of those people that are silent, those people that are afraid to speak up, those people that may not actually know not only how to speak up, but that things are wrong. It is up to you to wear the fairness, the justness of the community by sacrificing self a little bit, sacrificing your pride, sacrificing fear, and doing what's right. And being bold can come in negotiating, your positions at work. Being bold can mean standing up to someone in your community, in your job, in your school, who's bullying or who's doing the wrong things. Boldness can take so many shapes and different forms, but I encourage you to be bold. I encourage you to be thoughtful around being bold. I encourage you to take time to think about what it means to be bold and then do it. Thank you so much for joining my conversation. Remember, this is a conversation two-way street. I want to hear what you have to say in the comment section below about being bold. How have you been bold? Please share. Thanks for joining the Basics of Bossing Up.